Here we go, streaming. What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Today is my third installment of the Music Masterclass series. The first one was on, I can't remember what it was on, Basics of Music Theory. Second one was on scales and chord progressions. Okay, this one is specifically on modes. We're going to do modes in 30 minutes. Some of you that are watching this channel are like, what are you talking about? You talk about modes all the time. Actually, I haven't talked about modes in a very long time. And there's three basic modal groups that we're going to talk about today. Modes of the major scale, modes of the melodic minor, modes of the harmonic minor. Now, I want to mention a couple things. So I have a second YouTube channel that many of you know about. It's called Rick Beato 2. I've been uploading content there for the last couple months, even though it's been in existence for 5 years. And I did a video recently, about 2 videos ago, with the modes of the harmonic major scale that we're not going to get to today. And I'm going to upload a video probably tomorrow on the modes of the double harmonic major scale. Okay, so that will complete this list of the modal scales. So you have major scale, modes of the melodic minor, modes of the harmonic minor, modes of the harmonic major, modes of the double harmonic major. Okay. Why are modes important? Modes are important because they can be used for writing. They can be used for improvising. There are songs that are written based on modes. For example, there's a song called So What by Miles Davis. There's a song called Impressions by John Coltrane. There are songs that use modes like Norwegian Wood by the Beatles that is just all in Mixolydian. As a matter of fact, a lot of rock songs are in the Mixolydian mode. Let's talk about them, what the characteristic notes are in those modes, and how they sound, okay? The discount code for today for our live stream is RB500. So it's 50% off any of my 3 educational products. If you want to support the channel and actually learn something while you're watching, check out my Beato book bundle. That has all these things. I'm actually going to be going from pages, I think, 16, 17, and 18 in the book I'm going to be referring to. But that has all the music theory that I talk about on the channel in it with tons of examples. This bundle is 700-page PDF, okay? 50% off that. 50% off my Beato ear training method. 50% off my new quick lessons guitar course. Okay, I talk about modes in all of these things. The ear training course talks about how to hear them. Okay, how to hear chord progressions, how to hear modal scales, how to hear modal chords. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. I want to talk about how these scales are structured, how these modes are structured. We're going to use the major scale as the basis to construct the other modes. Like, what notes from the major scale are changed to create these other modes, okay? So the Ionian mode is the major scale. So if we're in the key of C Ionian, or key of C major, it's just all the white notes, okay? Those are the modes of the major scale, okay? And we're going to call those 1 through 7. The reason is that it's easy to understand conceptually when you change notes from the major scale that you get these other scales. But these are all going to be based off the note C, okay? Now, if I talk about the modes in the key of C, you'd have C Ionian, D Dorian, which is the second mode, E Phrygian, F Lydian, G Mixolydian, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to talk about the modes in relation to just the note C. So these are all going to be parallel, okay? Because I'm going to show you what you do to a C major scale, or the C Ionian mode, to get a C Dorian, to get a C Phrygian, to get a C Lydian, to get a C Mixolydian, C Aeolian, C Locrian, okay? And we're going to go on to the other scales after that. Okay. The major scale, the Ionian mode, okay? There are 7 chords in this, just like there are in the major scale. They're the same chords: C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, okay? The important thing is to recognize what these relationships from one note to the next are, and what a Ionian scale sounds like. And it sounds like this. You could call that an Ionian chord. I'm basically pressing all the notes in a C major scale. But the important notes that give it its shape are the C major triad, the fourth, and the seventh. That's the sound of C Ionian. What's up, Billy?
Some people say it's a little quiet.
A little quiet. Billy's going to turn it up here.
Yeah.
Okay, so these would be Ionian voicings. But I'm focusing in on where the half steps are in the scale, because that's the most important thing. You guys that have followed my channel for a long time know that I talk about knowing where the half steps are, because that's actually what defines the sound of the mode, really. Those notes are really important ones to key in. The half steps in the Ionian mode are between 3 and 4, and then 7 and 8, okay? So you've got between the third and fourth note, so E and F, and then and between 7 and 8, so B and C again. So those notes really are that gives you that sound of that mode, right? Okay? Dorian is a very different sound. Dorian is a major scale with a flat third and a flat 7. If I start on the note C and I flat the third note of a C major scale, then I flat the 7th note, I get a C Dorian scale. So there's a C Dorian. Just let that kind of sink in, that sound. What does C Dorian sound like, right? It sounds kind of like this. Where are the half steps? Between 2 and 3 and between 6 and 7. Those notes are really important. So if I take the 2 and 3, I'm just going to play C and G in the bass. Then I'm going to take the 6 and 7. That's Dorian right there. It gives you that sound. But that 6th is really important in the third. That really describes it right there. I put those two notes in there. That's pretty much most of a Dorian sound, right? Whoops. That would be C Dorian right there. Okay. Phrygian is characterized by a flat 2, right, and this 5 flat 6. Those are where your half steps are. So C Phrygian is a C major scale with a flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Okay, so it'd be C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Okay, so you have the 1 and flat 2, and then you have the 5 and flat 6. Okay, so this is... A lot of times you'll hear a Phrygian voicing would be a major triad up a half step. That's really the sound of Phrygian there. Okay? Because I've got that major triad, D flat major over C. So it's a minor sound with a flat 2. The flat 6 and the flat 2 give it a darkness because the flat 2 wants to resolve down to 1 and the flat 6 wants to resolve down to 5. Okay, that's what gives it its melancholy sound, a darkness. You hear a lot of metal sounds that use the Phrygian mode. Okay, Anything that has a flat 2 or a flat 6, those notes want to move down. They want to resolve down, okay? Whereas the 6th in Dorian actually wants to resolve upward. That's why Dorian is a brighter minor sound, okay? So if I have C Dorian, that A, that 6, has a natural tendency to rise, and it actually takes a minor mode and makes it sound brighter, okay? Lydian, sharp 4 and 5 is where the half step are, and then between 7 and 8, okay? Lydian has a celestial sound, or otherworldly. Okay, C Lydian would be... There's your Lydian sound. Major scale with a sharp 4. That sharp 4 wants to resolve up to the 5th. So the Lydian mode has a natural lift to it. It's a brighter sound than the Ionian scale. The Ionian scale has the natural 4 that wants to move down. Lydian has the sharp 4 that wants to move up. That's why I call it a brighter scale, okay? And you hear that in film scoring all the time. Lydian mode is one of the most common mode. It has a triumphant sound to it, or more otherworldly. If you hear, I'm trying to think if I'll get demonetized if I do this. I better not play it, because if I play this one chord, it's from the show 6 Feet Under. It's Thomas Newman soundtrack, and the first chord is a Lydian triad, okay? And it actually is just that, okay? They'll probably demonetize my video just for that, because that's actually the voicing that he uses there. And it's when I say a Lydian triad, it's 1, sharp 4, 5, okay? As opposed to a major triad, Lydian triad, okay? I love the Lydian mode. I love all these modes. I love all modes, period. The next mode is the Mixolydian mode. The Mixolydian mode has the half steps between 3 and 4 and between 6 and 7, okay? So C Mixolydian is basically C major scale with a flat 7, okay? So, once again, there's your Mixolydian sound. Love that sound. Beautiful. Okay. Mixolydian is used in rock. AC/DC, you name it. Any classic rock song pretty much uses Mixolydian. It's the most common mode that is used in rock music, rock melodies. I would play some, but I'll just tell you, Norwegian Wood is one that uses it. That's I played it in a video before, but the whole melody is Mixolydian. But I can think of 100 songs that use Mixolydian in the as a mode that's written off of. Okay, so basically it's that your tonic in this case would be C, and everything kind of resolves down to C, but the scale has a B flat in it, right? People say, well, aren't you in the key of F? It's like, well, it's using the notes of F major, but it's the 5th mode, and it always resolves back to C. That's the thing about modes, is that they have a natural tendency to resolve to the tonic that would be the 5 chord in the major key. So in the key of F, C is the 5 chord, and Mixolydian is the 5th mode. But the song can be in the key of C Mixolydian, because it's always resolving back to C, even though it's got the chords of F major in it, right? Okay, next mode, Aeolian, right? The saddest mode. That has half steps between 2 and flat 3 and 5 and flat 6. Once again, that flat 6 wants to resolve down, okay? And that's what gives Aeolian 2, 3, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. It gives it a very dark, sad, I think a sad, that gives it a sad sound. I just love that. It's beautiful, beautiful. I love Aeolian. That flat 6 is just so sad sounding, right? You hear melodies, many great songs use Aeolian modes. One of my favorites is a Sting tune called I Burn For You. I made a video called the Aeolian mode. I've got videos on all these modes if you look on my channel. Look up Lydian, look up Aeolian, look up Locrian. You find them all on my channel, on this channel or my Rick Beato 2 channel. Once again, all this stuff is in my Beato book. If you want to follow along with these things and actually know what I'm talking about, discount code RB500, 50% off that. Ear training, my ear training course teaches you how to hear these modal scales, how to hear these modal sounds, right? And then I do a lot of improvisations using the modes in my guitar course, my quick lessons, but 50% off all 3 of those. Go to my website for that. The last mode here, Locrian, last mode of the major scale, has a half step between 1 and 2, right? So it gives that darkness to it. But then between 4 and flat 5, okay? I found a great Locrian tune. So Locrian, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, back to 1. That has a real... just beautiful sound. Love that. There's a tune called Opening, The Opening. It's on Keith Jarrett's Intervals, Dark Intervals record. Appropriately called Dark Intervals because the first song is in Locrian. It's 13 minutes of C Locrian. Okay, it's beautiful. Keith Jarrett. If you don't know who he is, go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, type in Keith Jarrett, look up the first song on Dark Intervals. Came out in 1988. And it's in Locrian, okay? So these are the modes in the major scale. They all have a distinctive sound. When I hear this kind of a sound, I'm like, oh, it's Lydian. I just know that it's Lydian as soon as I hear that. If I hear this sound, I'm like, oh, that's Aeolian. It's an Aeolian sound. They just have such a unique flavor to them. All of these modes have a unique sound to them, right? This is... Lydian. You can hear this. If it was this, I would say, what is that? Well, that's more of a Mixolydian. But this is Lydian. Just the voicing has a complete sound to it, a Lydian sound. If I think of the scale when I play that chord, I'm singing very poorly a D flat Lydian scale, but I can sing bum 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 bum. So I just sang all the notes in the chord. D flat, A flat, F, G, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, A flat, F, G, B flat, E flat, A flat. So those are the notes in this D flat Lydian chord sung from the bottom up. When I hear that, I hear those notes in that particular order, right? But I recognize the sound of it as a sound. Now, the next scale we're going to talk about is the Melodic Minor scale. One of my favorite scales. that is used more. Well, you can use melodic minor is used by people like Stevie Wonder. Let's see, melodic minor. I'm going to call it Mel Min. Okay, so I don't have to write it all out. We have melodic minor. We have Dorian flat 2. We have Lydian augmented. I'm going to abbreviate these. We have Mixolydian sharp 11. We have Mixolydian flat 6. We have Locrian natural 2. And we have altered dominant, or super Locrian, we'll call it for today. Super Locrian. Okay, now, melodic minor scale compared to a major scale is a major scale with a flat third. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So, okay, now in classical music, people go, and then they come down, Aeolian. That's what you call the classical melodic minor, but we're actually going to use melodic minor as a constant structure, like a jazz musician would. Great, great sound. Now, what do you do with these other modes? Well, if you know what Dorian is, Dorian flat 2. If I write out a Dorian scale, once you know the modes of the major scale, right? Dorian flat 2. That's all it is. That's why it's called that. They basically use the names of the major scale modes. So once you know them, all you do is you do what the scale tells you to do. Okay? Lydian augmented. I'm going to write Lydian, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. And augmented. When somebody says augmented, an augmented chord, they're talking about a sharp 5. So this is Lydian augmented. Okay? We'll come back to these. Mixolydian sharp 11. Okay? Sharp 11 means sharp 4. So I'm going to write out a Mixolydian scale. 4, 5, 6, flat 7. Ugh. I'm going to raise the 4th. Mixolydian, right? Sharp 11 or sharp 4. Mixolydian flat 6. I just did a post on Instagram where I played the Mixolydian flat 6 scale. And I talked about how when I was in music school, the teachers used to say, oh, Mixolydian flat 6, don't worry about that. Nobody uses that. It's like, what? It happens to be one of the best modes. It's like one of my favorite modes. You want to write beautiful, melancholy music that has a major feel to it? Mixolydian flat 6. You'll thank me later. I'm just kidding. Locrian natural 2. Locrian normally has a flat 2, right? So it's basically a Locrian scale. I'll make the 2 natural. Flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Okay, so it's a Locrian scale, but with a natural 2. I'll put a natural here, just so you remember. Normally, Locrian has a flat, but since we're comparing it to the major scale, we're just going to go like this. And then super Locrian, one of my favorite scales. 1, flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Okay. The super Locrian mode is used with dominant chords. And we're going to talk about these. This is really a dominant sounding mode. It's called super Locrian, but most people that I know, like myself, refer to it as altered dominant. The reason it's called altered dominant is because if you take, let's say you're in the key of C, right? So, it's a C major, has a major third, sharp 5, flat 7. It also has the flat 9 and the sharp 9 in it. So, anytime you have an altered sound, right, that would be more of a jazz voicing. 1, sharp 9. Or I'm sorry, 1, flat 9, sharp 9, third, sharp 4, sharp 5, flat 7. That's why it's called the altered dominant scale, because it contains the sharp 9, flat 9, sharp 5, flat 5 in the scale. They're just hidden by these things. But if I go like this, flat 9, sharp 9, flat 5. I'm sorry, this is the third, hidden and harmonic. This is the flat 5, and this is the sharp 5. The flat 6 and sharp 5 are the same notes there. This flat 4 is which would be is kind of confusing, but really that flat 4 is the actual major third. Okay. These are the modes of the melodic minor scale. These are the formulas for the modes of the melodic minor scale. Now, I have videos with all of these on my channel, each one individually, with pieces that I've written in them. If you look up, they're between my normal channel and my Rick Beato 2 channel. Go to them and search these names, and you will find videos on each specific mode. So you don't have to actually wonder. I go through all the chords that are in them, and I have a piece that is written in the particular modes, okay? So when you want to hear what they sound like, or you go to page, Melodic Minor would be page 18 in the Beato book. And once again, discount code RB500, 50% off. You want to support the channel and you want to learn about music, that's how you can do it, right? So you buy, I only make educational courses that teach you how to become a better musician. That's what this channel is. It's a music learning channel. But think of this. These things are kind of the textbooks that go along with them and give you a greater understanding. If I'm talking about a topic and you're watching a video and be like, what is Rick talking about here? What is this altered dominant? We just open up the Beato book. Or go to my ear training course, you can hear it. Or you just go to a video in here and you hear a video with a piece written on it where I talk about all the scales that are related to it, okay? If you go to page, example 17 on page 20, we have the modes of the harmonic minor scale, okay? Once again, the modes of the harmonic minor scale just have a series of I relate them to the major scale, okay? So we have the harmonic minor scale. Harmonic minor scale is a major scale with a flat third and a flat 6 and a major 7. So in the key of C, it'd be 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, major 7. So you have this augmented second in the middle of the scale. That's really, which really gives it that sound, right? So that is the harmonic minor scale. And I made a mistake. It's on page, did I say page 19, Billy? Yeah, page 19, okay? The second mode is Locrian natural 6. Once again, you take a Locrian scale, 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, natural 6, flat 7, okay? It's just memorizing these formulas. You do exactly what the scale says, what the mode says, okay? The third mode is Ionian augmented. Ionian augmented. Ionian. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sharp 5. There's your augmented. 6 and 7. Okay? So when you go to this page, you'll say, okay, Ionian augmented. And you look at it and you say, okay, there's an E flat. If you're in the key of C, there's a triad, E flat augmented, that's based off that mode, off that scale degree. And then there's an E flat major 7 sharp 5 chord that's built as a 7th chord. The next mode is Dorian sharp 4, right? And what you do, take a Dorian scale, 3, sharp the 4th, 5, 6, flat 7. Then you have Phrygian major. You do exactly what it says. 1, 2, 3, right? Flat 2 is the Phrygian part. 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Phrygian major. So it's basically a Phrygian scale. Okay, so it usually works with dominant chords. In the key of C melodic minor, it would be a G Phrygian major. Okay, so that scale, the flat 6 kind of acts as a sharp 5, right? And the flat 2 really acts as a flat 9. This is used as a mode over dominant chords. Okay, it really gives the flavor it gives the flavor of a minor key, like a dominant chord, a 5 chord in a minor key. It's a great, great, great sound. Love Phrygian major. The next mode here is Lydian sharp 9. I have a great video on Lydian sharp 9. Lydian sharp 9, one of my favorite scales. It's 1, sharp 2, that's the sharp 9, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Lydian sharp 9. And then we have altered dominant double flat 7. Okay, so 1, flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6. I'm rushing here, flat 7. I'm trying to do it all in 30 minutes. That is the formula for altered dominant double flat 7. It's the altered dominant scale, and I just double flat the 7th note. Okay, so 1, 2, flat 1, flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6, double flat 7, and there's your augmented second interval right there at the top of the scale. That's the altered dominant double flat 7. Once again, I have a video called Scale Wars that I put 2 different scales together. In one of the pieces, I juxtaposed the altered dominant double flat 7 against another scale. I can't remember. Great video, Scale Wars. Go back early in my channel and watch these. It's one of my favorite videos. Okay, these are the modes of the major scale, melodic minor, and harmonic minor scale. All of this is in my ear training course. All of it is in my Beato book bundle. If you want to know more about them and really study them and learn them, discount code is RB500, 50% off that. I have a piece on the harmonic major scale. I actually took the harmonic major scale and I wrote a piece on all 7 modes. Go to my Rick Beato 2 channel, follow me there, or follow me on Instagram at Rick Beato 1 because I do improvisations on Instagram as well. But there's a harmonic major scale piece, a piece in every mode. I'm going to put up a video with a piece in every one of the double harmonic major modes. Okay? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging in there. These mode things are really... A lot of people think they're complex. It's just memorization. That's all. That's all you got to do. You just got to memorize. You got to look at the stuff, write it down, and you'll get it. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you.